Well, overnight there has been a verdict from the jury in the defamation case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Over 6 weeks there was claim and counterclaim of domestic violence within their marriage. Ultimately, a jury found that both had defamed each other, but it was really a victory for Johnny Depp as Amber Heard was forced to pay, or is forced to pay, about $15 million in damages. Joining me live now is Richard Mitry from Mitry Lawyers. He joins me here at the desk. Good to see you, Richard. As you look at this case and the evidence that was presented, you would have followed it more closely than the rest of us. I mean, is this not the right verdict, but on the presentation of evidence and how the cases were presented, is this what you expected?
Yeah, well, there are two parts to that. One is whether Depp would ultimately be the winner, and the second is how much he or Amber Heard would get. As to whether or not he'd win, I think this case really turned on who was believed. Right? They both said things about each other that the other had abused them. So it therefore turned on credibility. And really, there's been a lot of talk, and there was a lot of talk about the evidence that Amber Heard gave, which later turned out to be false and was identifiably false, and what that would have meant in the eyes of the jurors.
What specifically? So
there are two things that come to mind immediately. The first is that she said she'd heard rumours that Johnny Depp had pushed Kate Moss previously down the stairs. Kate Moss took 3 minutes to say, no, that didn't happen, and she was let off. She was released from giving evidence, so the jury believed Kate Moss's evidence over the rumour that Amber Heard had spread. And the other was what she did with that money that she got from her divorce settlement with Depp. So she was said to have received $7 million from that, and she'd told the world she'd paid that to charity. What came out in evidence in this case was that she hadn't done that at all. Yeah. $6 million of it had gone to her lawyers.
Okay, so claims had been disproven on the stand, but this case was about claim and counterclaim of domestic violence. That wasn't disputed though, was it? Well, that wasn't proven to be incorrect though, was it?
No, but it wasn't a criminal trial. So, right. And that's why, so this isn't the sort of case where a prosecutor has to prove beyond reasonable doubt that somebody has abused the other. Ultimately, it's a balancing exercise and who is believed. And in this case, whether or not what was said was in fact, what was in fact true. And ultimately, that was found not to have happened. And in fact, the jury found that Ms. Heard had acted with malice in publishing that article, which is a threshold when defaming a public figure. That public figure needs to prove malice.